Good evening, everyone. This is my second Anthology horror feature, and of course, this is a summary of each of the stories. The goal ideal is to get this movie as a pitch ideal as a movie or a short horror film. But in the meanwhile, I hope you enjoy my commentary on this. This is all original segments created by me, and this horror anthology summary is called Unicorn Rose. Now, what makes this unique is that this horror anthology is going to be based on the LGBTQ community, and that is the theme of the story, which each of the story that represents each gender, I would say, with a wraparound story, which is the Q part, the question part, which I found very interesting. That when I created this, I was having really fun with this, and as being bisexual myself and part of the LGBTQ community, I can relate, So this one was really fun to do, and I hope you guys and gals enjoy this. Excuse me. So let's get ready and let's start the summary of my commentary. The wraparound story Q. A drag queen got stuck in the middle of the road while going to Las Vegas for one of her shows, but now is on the run from a violent gang of LGBTQ haters and stopped by an empty house while the drag queen was on the run. So she was able to hide from the empty house while she goes to this ghost town location. But she come across a hobo as she tells the male drag queen stories of her travels. Now this is where we get to story one. Gay is the title. Four young college studs go to a gay retreat to relax and get away from city life as they having fun dancing, drinking, and wild romping. But suddenly there is a mysterious killer wearing a lipstick mask, going to hack and slash these young studs to death in brutal kind of ways. Machete, axe, strangulation, and many more deaths. What kind of deaths will this killer do? As the last surviving stud ready to fight the killer in a final showdown and pull off the mask, as it is a female killer who is the owner of the retreat and created this to kill gay people. Flashback scene. Because in her past, the killer's father had an affair over her mother with another man. Out of rage, she hated gay people. As we lead to the present time, the stud and the killer struggle to fight as the killer trying to kill the last surviving member. But the stud pushed the killer so hard back, landed on one of the stud metal spiked dildo back of her head, giving her the fatal blow leading to the killer's death. As the young stud, the last surviving member, walk out the retreat by himself with police cars waiting for him. As the wraparound story goes on, and you hear the scrambling run-ins of the violent gang trying to look for the drag queen, going to different parts of the ghost town, as the female hobo tells the drag queen the next story. Story 2, Lesbian. Stacy and Kelly are two couples in New York City as Kelly come back from her trip in Scotland. She been acting funny, very funny, as Stacy feels her skin knows that Kelly's getting kind of cold. Stacy needs to figure out what is going on, what is wrong with Kelly, as she can't eat regular food and her body started to fall apart. As Stacy knows her girlfriend is a zombie, and as Kelly tells her the story what happened during her trip, that breathing the air was very funny, like very toxic waste kind of smell that she says. She knows Kelly only kills men when she was going outside and she witnessed Kelly killing only men for some reason, but not women, as this zombie virus only affects females and they need to kill, but only of the male species. When Stacy then turned on the TV, the virus have affected the whole world, leaving the end of the female race, and Stacy slowly also turned into a zombie as the male species already gonna get killed by all the female zombies all over the world, ending not only the female race but also ending the male species. As the wraparound story continues, and the violent gangs are getting close to the last house, as they presume that the drag queen is in that last house hiding. As we get to story 3, bisexual. Derek is a rich bisexual playboy, have all the young men, young women, a lot of money, having a great time. But every time he's with someone, that person is dead. Derek have been going insane since his 21st birthday and needs to find out what is going on with him. Derek noticed he could transform both male and female of different mood swings, so he must find out who is really doing the killing, the male side or the female side. Also, he looks in the mirror of the last victim he kills and notices both sides has a twisted face, one himself as a male and a female together. His father walks in to clean up his mess again. Derek asks why, simply told his son he made a deal with the devil for wealth, money, power, fame, you name it. But in return for the devil's doing him the favor of giving what Derek's father wanted for his whole family to survive on, he gave his son his 21st birthday that he have to take other souls to keep the devil deal going, as Derek remains cursed by Satan himself to become his serial killer, soul taker. Slowly, to the wraparound story, the gang is heading to the house, slowly, as the hobo tells the next and final story to our drag queen, trying to survive against this gang. Story 4, transgender. Mr. Johnson is ready to go for his transsexual operation and be a female. And he always wanted to be a woman, so he finally got his wish after winning the lottery. But he knows strange looks around the doctor. They all have big heads and black eyes. And looking around the hospital window, the sky is black. And when he looked closer to the window, he realized this hospital is actually a spaceship. Johnson is in outer space, and the doctors are actually aliens. Now Johnson needs to find a way to escape, battling these alien doctors and try to find a way home. But as he failed, the aliens perform his surgery, and once Johnson wakes up, he has been turned into an alien like them instead of a woman, as Mr. Johnson will never be a female, but only an alien species with both parts. Now we get to the end of the wraparound story, but the gang are inside the house, and they come close, ready to attack the drag queen. But what the gang, and not even the drag queen also, don't notice that this ghost town is run by vampires, and the female hobo is the leader of this vampire coffin. The vampires attack the gang, drinking their blood and cutting their heads so they won't become vampires. The hobo vampire queen offered the drag queen to be one of them, to be immortal, as he accepted the offer and now going to Vegas to perform as a drag queen vampire. The end.